Hey there, party people. Welcome back to Squatober day number 9. Yep, 9. I hope you've been well. Today looks moderately easy. I guess we'll get started on our program. For those of you who don't know what Squatober is a month-long program that tells you how you should work out every day of October, and at the end of the month, you go for a PR squat. Now, if you have small legs, have been called chicken legs at least once in your life, I recommend checking out Sore Neck Squatober on Instagram and giving their program a shot. Now, back to the video. So today's program is Country Strong. It has us doing back squat 5 sets of 5 reps at 72%, and 2-minute rest in between those. Then it has us doing bench press 5 sets of 5 reps at 72%, 2-minute rest in between sets. And then the last thing is barbell standing overhead press 5 sets of 5 reps, 2-minute rest in between sets. Then it has cardio, heavy barbell bicep curls 5x5 with a superset of that with dumbbell farmer's walk 5x40 yards. Well, that's pretty simple, I suppose. All but an SBD day, really. You know, we have the squat and bench. We're just missing deadlift. But stand overhead press, I'm not a fan of that. I think you're able to get a way better lift doing the seated version of that or with dumbbells. Normally, what I do is seated barbell overhead press, which is just like seated shoulder press with a barbell. You know what I mean? That's what I normally do. And I think that's a lot better than doing overhead because you have more stability and you're able to load on more weight and keep better form that way, and you risk injury less. So yeah, and of course to start off today, we in shark fashion have the TNT shark flavored. Cool. Oh, I think they put real fucking sharks in that shit. Damn. All right. Well, I guess I will see you over at the squat rack. Yep. See you then. All right. We're now here at our back squat portion of today's program. It wants us to do 5 sets of 5 at 72%. Now, 72% of my training max, because my real max is 350, training max is 315. 72% of that was around 232. We went ahead and rounded up to 235, so we had that on the bar. I already did a quick warm up, so that's all good there. If you're wondering why there's a tiny change in scenery, there's some people deadlifting over there and recording at the squat rack. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been watching them max out, and oh yeah, I hate maxing out on deadlift, but I know I need to soon. I might do that for December, but anyway, I suppose let's go ahead and hit our first set. And I'll catch you for set number 2. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Crazy. Number 3. Number 4. Time for the 5th and final set. Now that is the end of our squat portion of today. Now we have to go to bench and do our 5 sets of 5 over there, which I'm actually okay with. I may end up doing close bench versus normal grip just because I think I'm going to hit triceps after today's Squatober program because I feel like my triceps really aren't being pumped lately and they're starting to feel small, and I don't like that. And then we have to do overhead press, which I'm not really too fond of, but you know, I don't make the program. I just follow it, kind of thing. So I suppose I'll see you all at the bench. Very quick cut. Just putting weights back onto this weight stand, dude. And I think this is like the shittiest weight stand I've ever seen in my life. I really got scared it was gonna fall when I put the second plate on the bottom there. Crazy. Okay. Well, we're now here at our bench portion. We're supposed to be doing 72% of our training max. My max on bench is 315. My training max was like around like, I don't know, 280, 290. I don't remember. And then 72% of that wanted me to be at like, I think it was like 206. It was some shit like that. And 5 sets of 5 at 206 just seemed a little too light to me. And I didn't want to feel like a weakling, especially on camera. So I put on 225, and it should be no problem to hit this for 5 sets of 5. And it was especially without like straining myself too much and shit. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to our first set, shall we? And just like that, set 1 is now over. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Okay, and now it's time for set number 5 and the last and final set. I've kind of been running through these sets because this isn't that much weight to me, and also I started getting bored. So I haven't been taking like full 2 minute breaks. It's probably been about a minute, minute and a half, something like that, which isn't ideal, but it's not terrible, right? I think for this last set, I may go a little bit slower, just really feel out the reps, especially since I'm going to try and turn today into a slightly bit of a push day in a way, doing like a little bit of chest, a little bit of tri, mainly triceps, but if chest, happens to be in there with it, then I'm not gonna fret. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and do this real quick. So I ended up turning that into fucking pause reps, but I don't know. I don't think it really matters because this shit fucking sucks, but it's about to suck more on overhead press, really. So I'll see you then. We have now found ourselves at the overhead press. I have warmed up to this weight now. I actually warmed up like probably a minute ago. I found out that this weight should be about right. I don't really want to go too heavy because I don't want to. My shoulders hurt. That little dumbbell thing that we did the other day, and also the front squats that we've been doing has really just been, tearing in on my fucking front delts. So I don't want to go too heavy with this. I think the max I would probably be able to do 5 sets of 5 for would be in between a 35 on each side and a 45 on each side. I'd probably say 35 just to be safe because I don't want to overshoot myself as much as I'd like to be all high and mighty about it. I don't think I could do 5 sets of 5 of 135. If I'm on, a seated thing, that I could, but there's a lot more, instability here. I'm actually wearing my knee sleeve still because I don't want to fuck up my knees trying to do this overhead press, and it'll also help me keep my form more correct. So let's go ahead and get into our first set of overhead shoulder press. I definitely could go up in weight. Will I go up in weight? My friend, I just answered that question with a question. No, the answer is no. I'm not going up in weight. Fuck that. I don't want to. Maybe when like we're not doing so much press movements and all this fucking shit day after day, and somehow I find myself back doing this shit. Yeah, I'll go up in weight. Right now, fuck no. Nope, won't do it. Catch you at set 2. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Now time for the fifth and final set of overhead press. Nice. Okay. And now that is the end. We are now done with today's program. Wasn't a bad day. It was kind of weird, I guess. I think it was more weird that we added overhead shoulder press into this today, but really not a bad day. It's pretty easy. Tomorrow is going to be hell. I know that, but I think what I'm going to go do is a little bit of triceps. I may try and do a chest fly or something to get like more of a push day feeling into me, and also have like a push day pump. But definitely my triceps, because these things feel tiny. They feel deflated. Is what they feel. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you at the pose downs. Peace. Okay, and that, my friends, was Squatober day 9. Today wasn't too bad. I did end up hitting a little bit of chest and try right after. What I actually did was two tricep movements, and then I did a just like burnout on dips. So I feel pretty pumped. Kind of lost some of the leg pump, of course, because I mean the first thing we started with was squats, and then we did nothing else for legs after that. So not a terrible day. Figure let's go ahead and check out the pump just a little bit and see how we did. Really, let's get a measurement, shall we? Now, just looking at myself right now, not too bad, but it kind of looks like I didn't eat enough today or something. Something, something about my build's looking off. Regardless of that, let's go ahead and get a few poses. I guess that's really it for today. Now, if you made it this far, I want to thank you for being here, and I appreciate you being here. If you're following along with Squatober, I hope it's going well for you. I'm having some of my quarrels where some of the movements seem a little odd or the program seems a little strange. I also have been, adding on my own workouts afterward. But right now, my legs don't hurt crazy bad. My knees, they feel a little bit weird throughout the day, like when I'm at work. I don't know what I did to my back, but it kind of hurts. Like I don't know. It's like my rear delt slash lat slash like inner traps or something. I don't I don't know, but it doesn't feel great. Every now and then I'll like feel it when I like do something a little bit off. So it kind of sucks. But hopefully this weekend cures me. Tomorrow I don't know if any of you've seen it already. I looked at myself after my buddy texted me, but it does not look fun. It's called the seesaw. It has us going up and down for back squats and then front squats as well. But that's all that's on the program tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna do any supplemental lifting afterward to give myself the pump that I like, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, it's been good seeing you. Good talking to you. I want to wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Once again, I appreciate you being here. I hope you all have a great night. And yeah, bye.